Hello and welcome back to Take a Sip Podcast. I'm Leche.
And I'm Tito.
Let's start off, Tito, with the usual. What are you drinking, my dude, today?
I'm just drinking some Gatorade.
Yeah, I think we're staying kind of hydrated today. Yeah, I'm drinking water myself, I'm not drinking nothing special. So
today was a weird day, so no beer.
I'm with you on that for sure. Well, I've been trying to stay clean, not drinking like beer or anything. Mm-hmm. So, because I've been like, I told you, I've been going to the gym a lot. So,
your health kick.
Yeah, definitely. But we definitely have some rather interesting stories for sure that came up with this week. Starting off with this freaking first story.
This one was more just like of a little throwaway type of article.
It's fucking funny, dude. Even looking through it and stuff, I'm like, why? That's the biggest question. I'm like, why? And the second is, who the fuck, right? Like, who the fuck is gonna buy this shit?
Oh, there's a good handful of people that are gonna buy this.
Yeah, that's true. So what we're talking about is this article that we read through from Game Informer, saying that Capcom is planning and offering like Resident Evil perfumes to celebrate like their main characters or their most popular characters throughout the series. But which are the three characters are Leon, Jill, and Chris. Of course, if you sleep under a rock and haven't played the fucking Resident Evil,
it's also to celebrate their 25th anniversary for Biohazard.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone knows Chris, Leon, and Jill from the original games anyways, and even still now, like, considering that they were just released as the survivors for Dead by Daylight, like they're even more in the spotlight even now.
Yeah.
And even Chris's return in the latest Resident Evil.
Yeah, which is kind of nuts. Yeah, dude. Honestly, if they got people excited, they're like, "Oh shit, dude, our boy." Yeah, but really a perfume line, pretty much celebrating. Out of everything they could have done, right? Like they could have done so many other things, but to decide to do perfumes or colognes, maybe even for the dudes, maybe, I don't know. But it's
hard to tell. And what are the smells like?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like
death,
corpse and
flowers,
shit.
and sweat as you run from evil. Like
that's
gunpowder.
Right, fucking Chris is gonna gunpowder smell. Fucking Leon is like depression and fucking
musk.
Like musk, yeah. And then Jill's literally flower and fucking sweat. Like
sweat. Yeah, like I don't
unappealing in my opinion. I don't know. It seems kind of unappealing to like even get any of these or even try to smell it. Well, what the fuck is it gonna smell like, right?
That's the funny thing though. Like, as much as like we say what's so appealing of it, who's gonna buy this? We know there's gonna be somebody out there that is gonna buy it. Like,
oh hell yeah, dude! It's gonna be more for those like heavy hitter collectors. The guys that like buy like the life size fucking statuettes of Chris Redfield and freaking Jill and Leon and stuff like that. Like those are the type of guys that are definitely gonna fucking buy it and store like 6 boxes, in their fucking garage and shit.
And actually wear it too. Like they'll actually wear it.
That's the biggest thing. It is interesting. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's funny nonetheless, on that end. But they could have done so much shit. They could have done better shit, honestly, bro. Like they could have done something else, bro. Even a fucking knife set would have made more sense than fucking this shit, dude.
Oh yeah, like a mini, like
fucking set. Little, yeah.
Or not even that, like even just still, because how in most of the games you could always do like the little charm for the guns.
Mm-hmm.
At least put the charms out there. I don't know if there are
little freaking bracelet things about it or something. Yeah.
But like the charms, or even like the patches that they each have on their uniforms, because they're different.
Even something as simple
branches,
as that,
I think, or something.
Yeah. Or fuck it, dude. You know how they use herbs to heal and shit? Just fucking sell little fucking
do a weed line. A weed line actually seems more reasonable.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say that. Like,
well, I'll say it, and I don't even do it.
I was gonna say just fucking sell plants if you want. At this point, might as well. Oh shit!
The fake plants, yeah, and like all 3 different colors.
Oh my god, dude! They could have tried better, in my opinion. But I mean, people are gonna buy it. I'm not gonna die. They're probably gonna fucking sell these shits like pretty easily.
Oh yeah.
Because the franchise is still kind of booming now. So without a doubt, they're gonna be sold out. Oh shit, dude!
If they do good for them, I mean that's how you know you have a loyal fan base for.
True, bro. That shows the loyalty
for Resident Evil. Yeah. Because even still to today, like I haven't watched like the more recent movies or whatever. Mm-hmm. I only watched the first few, which I was still very. It's good. You get me? They're good, but the more recent ones, like I doubt it very much. But I mean, they still have a fan base. They're still getting made. We're obviously not the target audience, but someone's doing it. Someone's buying it. Someone's
buying it. Who the fuck?
Taking it all in.
Stop buying it.
If you are one of these people, contact us.
We will seek help for you.
Well,
I'm kidding. Imagine, dude, being that aggressive to everyone. Be like, oh, yeah, like you need help. If you're buying his perfumes.
For real.
I want to skip this next story for sure. We'll talk about it after. We'll come back to it. But going into this that you sent me, and I know you're excited about, is the update that they're coming for August 3rd for Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, so like you said already, August 3rd. Put it in your books if you are a fan or have Pokemon Snap, because Pokemon Snap is coming out with a free content update.
Sweet.
So if you already own the game, it's going to be just updating your game, and it's going to add 3 new maps. These 3 new maps obviously have their regular day line that you go through, and then you're going to have your night line that you go through. And from what the official new Pokemon Snap Pokemon.com website has, they'll be including even a few more Pokemon. If you haven't played the game, obviously within the first few 6 maps that they have, you're not going to include all 800 plus Pokemon that are out there. Same way that Pokemon Sword and Shields didn't include all 800 Pokemon. But obviously you're not going to find, like I told Leche, you're not going to find a snow run in the middle of a desert. So
that guy was die.
Yeah. So
story-wise. And real life story-wise.
So with this update, obviously new maps, and then more different Pokemon living within these habitats. You could be honest, online, and there's already like a few sneak peeks. We're obviously going to get Shroomish. I love Shroomish, especially when it evolves into Breloom. It's more, one of them is almost going to be like a river type of a map, it looks like. Hopefully by the end of it, like you go down a waterfall, and that's like the end of the map. Like as you're coming down is the little portal that brings you back. And
I mean, I haven't seen gameplay of Pokemon Snap. I'm not gonna lie to you. Fucking love
you haven't? Then you could go to twitch.tv/OneAlphaPenguin, and I'm actually thinking about going through the original run through.
Yeah, man, you should definitely. I'll be there to watch it for sure, because I haven't seen gameplay at all about it, so I'm definitely interested. So yeah, definitely check out Alpha's Twitch. You know, when he goes live stream to stream it.
Actually, seeing right now, there's more. Obviously, you're gonna have Shroomish, like I mentioned before. Snorlax, Psyduck, which is new. Gyarados, I believe, is new.
He's not new.
No, I think he is because
I wouldn't know.
Dumb. Because you mostly only see like Magikarps hitting without all the maps. So Gyarados is in there, even a Feraligatr, and some flying Tropiuses.
Hell yeah, dude. I kind of forget that those in the game. Can that thing learn fly? I forgot.
Tropius?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's grass flying, I believe.
Oh, I don't remember it fucking learning to fly.
I think it does. I think that was like when I wasn't using Swellow and I was using Tropius. Like, Tropius was my
back when the game got first introduced, it made no sense to me why that thing could fucking learn to fly at first. It didn't comprehend to me that the fucking back things were wings.
That the leaves were wings.
Yeah, I thought it was just like an aesthetic shit, like fucking Venusaur with this fucking tree in the back. Yeah, I thought it was just like, oh, to make it look cool, we're just gonna fucking give it big ass, banana leaves in the back and shit.
Well, I mean, Pokemon isn't the best with making Pokemon look one way and then do other things. I mean, look at Charizard. Charizard's a fire flying type. And it can learn Dragon Breath and Dragon Claw, but it's not a dragon until you mega evolve it. I know, it's weak against dragons.
Stupid. Yeah, but whatever, dude. I mean, I guess, right?
And even more now, like with fairies added, like
more fucking convoluted than anything else, bro. Whatever's strong or not strong against that shit.
It took me forever to even realize, even though it's in the Pokédex, that the fruit are bananas underneath its chin.
I mean, I understood that the fucking chin thing were bananas. Like that, I understood. I kind of questioned. I'm like, what the fuck is that at first? I'm like, don't tell me it's the dangling apple on his face, bro. Like, you looking like, I'm like, holy shit, bro. Fucking Pokemon became ballsy in literal the sense.
All right, hold on. I'm going to go a bit on a Pokemon tangent here. And I know this is a conversation that a lot of people have had. I don't know if we've had it, though.
We're starting with this.
Hasn't it always bothered you that Pokemon like Hitmonchan and why am I blinking? Machamp and all the Hitmonchan, then Machamp, the one with the belt and the underwear.
Yeah, Machamp. Yeah,
Machoke.
That's Machoke.
Yeah,
my Machamp.
Machamp. So Hitmonchan, Machoke, let's say like Primate, like their skin is the actual clothing that we see. Have you thought about that? Have you realized that? Because think about it, like Mankey doesn't have the wrist thingies, but when he evolves, his wrist thingies like show up.
That's true. Yeah, like you're like
that's like technically part
where
of
does
the
he get the gloves? Because he didn't start with the gloves, and that's part of his fucking actual. Yeah. Okay.
Think about with Jinx. With Jinx, like when it's Smoochum is just pink and yellow. And then when it evolves to Jinx, it grows a dress and has the blonde hair. And
I don't want the fucking weirdos to come after me. But with this next one, I'm gonna say like Gardevoir as well. Like, where the fuck did she get the dress? Like.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
With the kid, and the fucking dress grows with the fucking evolution. Yeah, that's whatever. We'll let that be where it is because that's where it should stay.
Like the clothing is the skin. Like that's gross.
If you think about it, Pokemon are kind of fucked up. Yeah, in that sense, that means. And they do it, and they show this to 10-year-olds. Fucking disgusting.
Well, let's not get. Well, first of all, like, I think we'll do a little something with like Pokédex entries because some of those get dark.
That deserves a whole thing by itself. Oh yeah.
I think we'll do one whole episode with everything with that.
Horror stories of Pokemon. Oh,
yeah.
Stay tuned.
But yeah, back to Pokemon Snap. It definitely looks. These new areas look dope. One almost looks like a canyon type of area, like you're going between two canyon walls. Like I mentioned, the river and the new Pokemon that we'll probably be seeing within these areas, and probably new glows that help illuminate in the night, as we already have now in the game. So yeah, I'm super excited for this. I occasionally play Snap when I'm not on Destiny or something, or Smite, how I've been playing recently.
I mean, I'll definitely check out your stream. I mean, sadly, I don't have a Switch or anything like that to even play those games. But I'll definitely check into your stream for sure and like check it out whenever you do decide to do it. Go back to it and replay it.
Oh, and just recently too, I just remembered right now for Pokemon Unite. Pokemon Unite's already out and live. If I had money right now, I'd probably buy it and stream that too. But even still, Pokemon Unites, they technically had their first additional Pokemon added to their roster. So Ralts, Kirlia, and Gardevoir were already shown during the alphas, like the pre thing. When the game was released, it was not in there, so people were confused. You still had your Haunter, Gengar, your Blastoise. No, not Blastoise. Blastoise is missing, I think. Your Charmander, your Scorbunny, and all of them. But just recently, I believe 3 days ago from this recording, Gardevoir was released and is now a playable character. So if you have Pokemon Unite, and I hear she's crazy DPS, or it has crazy DPS in the in-game. So,
I mean, I think that's why they probably postponed taking out those Pokemons. They probably thought like, oh, you guys are a little OP a little bit, trying to.
But you see, it's funny mentioning that because right now Gengar has like a crazy broken ability that.
But the thing is, the devs they don't probably test the game to their freaking upper limits like gamers do, to be honest. And it comes to the communities of video games to figure out what's busted in games, and that's why it's always good to have. I don't want to say too close of like contact with your community, but a pretty still close communication and clear communication from your community and to your game. Sorry.
Well, that's the thing with games like League of Legends, Smite, and Overwatch. You got me. So right now with League of Legends and why did I say World of Warcraft? League of Legends and Smite. Yes, a lot of characters might be crazy, like bugs or DPS or shields or whatever. But the good thing with those types of games with such a big roster of characters you could choose, it's just that if you choose the right characters to play, those broken characters aren't so broken because there's probably another broken character that could outbreak that broken. You get me? And that's the problem with Overwatch right now. Because yes, Overwatch has a pretty big roster of about over 20 to 30 characters, I believe.
Yeah.
But it's still such a small roster that you can't really keep fixing bugs when it's so small. When you could put out more characters that could probably do something with that. And then it's just figuring out team synergies and who's good with what. Obviously, as a healer, I'm not going to be so good with a tank. Well, sometimes I am, depending on the tank. But I'm also not going to be super good at DPS. Like, I'm just good as support. I'm pretty much support in a whole bunch of games that I play. Because I'm not so good as, like, a main front lines character, even though I do force myself to get front lines.
I don't play MMOs, MOBAs, or whatever they're called, too often. So I wouldn't know anything that he was just saying.
But even still, like,
and I don't have like,
you got me, like.
No, I get what you're talking about. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want to put an input on it because I don't play those type of games. I'm not too informed, and I don't want to put my 2 cents in it if I don't know it. Like,
no, yeah, which I get, but like I'm saying, now applying that logic to Pokemon Unite.
Yeah.
I mean, they have over 800 Pokemons they could keep adding and adding to the roster. You get me? So
yeah, but I mean, that's a fucking insane roster.
Well, I'm not saying they're gonna add all 800, but even so, like they'll add enough where you could find different synergies, different tanks to healers, because even some Pokemon are technically considered healers now, and some are tanks. Like Snorlax.
In my opinion, what they should do is just rotate Pokemon in and out of the game. to make it, refreshing, since they have a fucking 800 plus freaking catalog of characters. They should might as well.
This week we're going to be putting these 10 out and fight within these 10, and then next week it's these 10. That makes sense, but then when there's also ranks within a game, like obviously being silver, gold, plat, or whatever, that's when it starts getting iffy on like, does it make sense on having a rotating list of Pokemon or characters you could play? You get me? When it comes to ranks.
That's true, because then it would fuck up the entire ranking system.
Yeah, because like look at that. Just
don't make it competitive though. That's the thing. Just make it literally.
But that's the thing. It's already competitive. The game already came out with a competitive, casual, and a quick play type of thing.
Fucked up with that, in my opinion, a little bit. But I mean, if it
but they're trying to get into it. They're trying to get into doing that than what we already have. You got me?
They're trying to get into the live service type of game, which this is most likely going to become. I mean, in the end of the day, they're probably going to have like a roster of like 50 to 70 characters. No fucking lie, probably.
Depending on how much the game could actually handle with the Switch and all that stuff.
Yeah,
especially with the incredible Switch LOL coming out.
Rightfully termed, honestly.
The Lamau. I'm kidding, Nintendo. We love you. We'll take any free products that you're willing to partner with us for.
Without a doubt. Shit, more Switches out. But I know you wanted to talk about this specifically about American Horror Story.
Yes.
That you recently are excited about this new teaser that they came out with in the last few days.
Yeah, so I made it pretty damn clear already in about the last few episodes on how much I hate. Well, not hate, but I'm just a big scaredy pants when it comes to like horror games and shows. And
you are
but I still watch like shows and movies for the adrenaline sometimes because I'm not controlling anything. I'm just there for the ride.
I mean, that's the
if it's a game,
horror games, bro.
If
it's
a game,
you on the edge of the seat type of situation.
Which I understand, but you know me, if I'm playing the game, I'm gonna drop the controller and I'm just gonna keep dying and never make it anywhere.
But that's the point, though. In a video game, you could actually, I feel like I just love that sense. Like, oh, I'm actually like, I'm about to do this. Like in horror movies, you're like, don't do it, or you're like, do it, or something like that. But if you actually doing it, you're in the situation.
Well, also knowing me, considering I share a wall with my parents in my bedroom, I'm eventually gonna yell, and in the middle of me running away from an alien, the real horror of my mother coming into my room and beating my ass in the middle of a live stream is gonna happen.
It's gonna excel exponentially, and then your viewership is gonna go from 20 to 40. It's gonna double.
Yeah,
this is gonna be you're gonna be known as the guy whose mom just kicks his ass.
Beat him on live stream.
Oh god.
Oh, okay, but anyway, back to
we're off on a tangent there. Sorry.
Yeah. So, FX, the main creators of American Horror Story, put out the new season 10 teaser for American Horror Story, which is going to be called Double Feature. So from the trailer, I don't know if you watched the trailer yet. It looks almost like it looks alien-like. So we already have like the crazy circus, witches, vampires, Hell House, and all that stuff. So this season looks like it's going to focus more on aliens,
extraterrestrials,
2 different types of aliens. It looks like almost, and even though it is called Double Feature, and it looks almost like it's going to be 2 mini series making up the whole series, there is still going to be some crossover within the 2 timelines, I want to say. So that honestly sounds very interesting, and
it's getting very freaking MCU like all shared universes. It's all within the same realm and shit.
Wow.
So
I mean,
that's dope to even conspiracize about, honestly.
Well, I mean, the cool thing is that they're bringing like the stereotypical gray-skinned, big black eyes alien everybody knows.
Yeah, and then the other one's all creepy shit.
It looks almost vampiric.
A little vampiric, but still otherworldly.
Yeah,
just how their feet as it goes inwards instead of outwards, like the fucking knee thing.
And it also seems like it's like an underwater type of character, because a lot of the times when it looks very wet, or it's in the ocean or underneath a glacier. So I just wanted to put that out there for listeners' eyes and ears. If you guys are fans of American Horror Story or are planning on watching it, this is the next season. I think I actually might watch it. It seems very interesting. On Netflix. It's on Netflix. It's all on Netflix from like the original series.
I mean, it would be nice if like, it premieres on TV and then like a week later is on freaking Netflix as well. But we won't probably see it on Netflix for fucking like 2-3 months.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, as long as I have like know when it's played, I now have cable in my house. So I'll probably be able to watch it as it comes out on TV.
Talking about TV and shit and like series and shit. I found this interesting myself. That they're making Chucky, the fucking doll, the murderous doll, into a TV series, which is kind of crazy in my opinion. I'm like, my main question is like, why? But I mean, okay, I mean, can it work? That's the biggest question I think that I have for this. Like, can it actually work? Because it actually would make sense making a TV series about it.
So I didn't do background check on like the director or anything.
Oh, like me either. No, I didn't do.
But to me, it looks very aesthetic like to when they made Scream into a show.
Yes,
Scream Queens.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm hoping
that type of vibe as well.
Yeah, so I'm hoping they stick with that, because the trailer is out there on IGN for YouTube, and the American Horror Story is the FX networks on YouTube. You guys could see the trailers there. Yeah, I mean, the first thing that I liked when I watched the trailer, they went back to the old school Chucky.
Yes. Yeah.
They went
an
back
actual doll. Like, it's none of that, like, oh, he's controlled by the Wi-Fi type of thing.
No, it's not even the doll. It's just that the new Chucky that they did for the movie with not Mila Kunis. What was her name?
You're talking about like the Cult of Chucky and then those movies, how he looks and shit.
Like the old school Chucky movies that we had.
Exactly.
Like, with the boy, when the boy was like part of the timeline and everything.
Right.
Like this Chucky looks like not classic. Like that 100%, but it's still it's the reminder of that, like the updated version of that.
Yeah,
it's not the super updated version of this recent Chucky remake that we just had a few years ago.
Yeah. And you could kind of tell, dude, for some of these parts, they probably went practical, and it looks fucking like scary, because it looks fucking legit real, dude.
It does.
Like, like in the newer Chucky movie, like, let me look here. Like the Curse of Chucky, you could kind of tell he's fake. Like you could tell like he's computer animated, but here you could fucking tell it's like a little like puppeteer, like someone puppeteering it, and it looks scary, bro.
Oh, it looks
especially the way it freaking moves and shit. I'm like, oh damn, this reminds me of the classic fucking Chucky movie, dude. Like the one that came out back in I think 1995 or whatever it came out. I'm like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, I'm just interested on wanting to know, because obviously this isn't going to be the same the same guy that transferred his soul into this. You got me?
Exactly.
Because
it could be, because it sounded like the dude. Maybe it's, I don't know, right? We don't know.
Exactly. So I want to know, because obviously the other one was the internet became AI and wanted to kill humanity or some crazy shit like that. Like, this one I actually want to know, like,
is it a cursed doll?
Is it a cursed doll? Is it a demonic possession or something? Like,
or is it that dude's spirit inside there, the murderer guy,
that's
whatever?
Still living as a I don't think so, because
I think it might be.
Even
I don't know if it's going to be
though it didn't seem like he was trying to become human. It just looked like he was kill hungry.
Yeah, he was literally on a rampage, like killing people.
But even so, like the commercial was very funny. There's a lot of funny new little like cracks here and there, especially the ending of the trailer.
Yeah. I mean, if people remember Chucky, hopefully they're not remembering how he looked in Bride of Chucky, because that's kind of a bad example.
Yeah, no.
Because the Chucky that people fondly remember is him being terrified, but with a sense of like, oh shit, like he's fucking, like he says shit, and it's kind of funny on like how unscathed he says things. You got me? Like unsympathetically saying shit that would make you chuckle. You know,
we're talking about the 1988 Child's Play.
That one, yes,
Child's Play.
Because there's moments where he's just like, I don't know, where he's just talking and then it says something random, and it's kind of funny, but it's like it's in a bad moment in the movie that you're like, you don't know how to feel about it. You're like, oh shit, like it's like, creepy. Do I
need to laugh or still be terrified? Like,
yeah, exactly. But then he got too overly, you know, like try to force jokes out when it came to like Bride of Chucky and shit like that. When he had the scars all over his face.
Yeah, I think Child's Play 1, 2, 3 were actually good, because then number 4 was technically Bride of Chucky. And then from there on, from Bride to Seed to Curse to Cult, it seemed very forced almost.
Well, I mean,
that's when the doll started becoming very not realistic to what it needed to be.
Bride and Seed kind of fucked up they forcefully made him try to make him funny. And then the other two made him. Which one came first? The Curse, I think, came out first.
Curse
they tried to make him dead serious, like, and it kind of didn't work. I mean, the movie was good. Don't get me wrong, but he was like mostly like fucking serious and shit. And then they kind of went back into a little bit of humor when it came to the Cult of Chucky. And then we'll see how they. And then the new one, I don't know. I kind of
Child's Play again.
Yeah, it's Child's Play, and I didn't really like. I don't know. I sensed it kind of differently for that one.
Yeah,
it was voiced by Mike Hamill, though. I mean, what a fucking legend, dude.
But that's the thing, though, with the new Child's Play, like we said, it tried to modernize it way too much, way too quick. You get me? They try to make
sense, but it's too far. You get me?
Well, not really, because we don't need, like, in real life, I don't think there is like a full-on doll that connects to Wi-Fi and then has AI and then could do this. Like, dolls are still just dolls, and right now for us, you get me? And I get that it's trying to like keep up with the times, but it there was just like a little bit of unrealistic expectations to the whole thing. But even still, it would drive people. But even still, like with the movies, you got me, like there was just also like big spaces between the movies, because from Child's Play 3 was in 91 to Bride was 98, so there you have 7 years. Then Seed was in 2004, 6 years. Then from there for Curse, it was 2013, so 9 years. And then Cult was only 2017, so 4 years after that. So and then Child's Play, again, the remake was in 2019, so just 2 years later, and it was like very hard to do that transition. Even though it is a remake, like it was still too fresh with the Cult to do something like that. But I don't know. Hopefully with the series, they are able to. It seemed like it's going to be very fresh, very new, and like different. It's not the original Chucky that we're talking about.
Hopefully they innovate Chucky to the point where he could become a staple, just like that Scream show did. Like it will become like oh shit, type of thing. Like catch people off guard. Like wasn't like, oh, I wasn't expecting to see this on a show, type of thing. So I hope they lead into that. That's the hope.
And I mean, here's another show, hopefully, that's going to bring up a whole nother round of future actors that everybody has to keep an eye on. I mean, we already had that with Stranger Things and those kids. And now if this show actually blows up and keeps it up, because even look at with Scream Queens, yes, already had some names that we already knew and were keeping up with, but it also added like a whole bunch of new girls that are now have their own careers in acting and all that stuff. So.
Yeah, they launched their career and everything.
Yeah, and from the trailer, that main character kid, he seems like he's got his acting chops going down. Like
maybe starting mad young with the serious shit.
I know they go straight into the horror stuff. Like, what is this?
Awesome, dude. Brave kids, honestly, dude. But going aside from all of this that we just spoke, I know this last story is kind of a little bit more serious on the situation, on what's going on, and I know most likely you're gonna have some words to say as well on this. But recently, one of the biggest, I want to say, gaming companies and publishers ran into a lawsuit, and I'm pretty sure most gamers are aware of Activision Blizzard having a lawsuit against them for essay allegations and stuff, sexual assault allegations and harassment and stuff like that. And some of their workers, like not getting paid correctly, like women getting discriminated and stuff like that, being underpaid from like their male coworkers and stuff like that. Like all like having, I want to say how they say it here, like a frat environment at their workplace. So I just want to probably have a little bit of an open discussion with you on this, on like what your thoughts. I think it was today that Activision, was it Activision?
Yeah, I believe it was today.
Okay, so yeah, I know one of the two companies, most likely it was Activision, had a walkout for today to show support that to show they're not in support of that type of culture in their work environment.
Sorry,
and are signing
Blizzard did it.
Oh, Blizzard had that walkout. Yeah, yes,
I remember
to change the ways, pretty much, and to protest against, like the pretty much the entire situation,
the discrimination between
and all that stuff,
sexual harassment.
Yeah. So literally just to show against that and the higher ups and stuff like that, to show them off. And I believe other game companies under their umbrella did it. I know Treyarch did it as well. Even some employees for other companies have joined them as well, that I've heard of. I know what company did it. I know I'm trying to think. Another gaming company joined them as well on the walkout. Because not for the same reasons, but to show like
their support.
To show support, yes, that they support them in their endeavors as well to change the way this gaming publisher does and run things for their company. So it's kind of crazy that they literally opened a lawsuit in California against this, multi-billion-dollar in gaming publishers and stuff like that. And, supposedly this has been going on for years for them too. So it's kind of crazy to me. Was not expecting that type of thing,
Well, I mean, it's been the 2 years of making a change, especially right now with everything that's been happening. You got me. So,
right.
I mean, even from still the Me Too movement to the BLM movement, and this is technically going back to all of that. You got me. Like,
exactly.
Like I'm the one. You're gonna have a conversation right now, or just listen to me rant for a little bit, because
I'll go for it.
I mean, as two guys who come from a big family that is majority female, I mean, and being first generation Latinos, we are prone to being discriminated against.
Mm-hmm.
We've already both had our fair share. We won't go into that, but
no,
I think we did go a little bit into it. One of our first few episodes.
Yeah, that if we faced against it, or like someone has discriminated against us because where the fuck how we look and shit, but
our names, how we sound.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we are part of it. I've had my fair share of accusations and stuff put against me. And now when it comes to female sexual harassment and the pay, the wage difference between females and males, I'm with the females. Because who are you to be touching somebody who is not your partner, who has no connection with you whatsoever, let alone when you are in a professional setting, even though you are all gamers or whatever, like, no, like, cut that shit out. Like, that's not gonna be
like, yeah, that shouldn't even be a thing. Yeah, like, literally. Like, I never understood the idea of a guy be like, oh, like, I'll give you this promotion if you let me do something, in return and stuff like that. Like, oh, that fucking grinds my gear, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking people who do that shit are fucking, like, the worst of the worst. Literally, like, bro,
and
like, you need help. Yeah. Like, legit. Like, I think, like, you need help, bro. Like, someone needs to fucking straighten out your priorities. And you have some issues that you gotta fucking talk about. Because that's not right. That you shouldn't be doing that type of stuff.
Yeah, no. And again, like, when it comes to pay wages, she is doing everything that he can as well. What is the difference? She can't pick up a 50-pound box. Like, she doesn't have the strength. Oh, she's eventually, if she wants to, gonna ask for a few months off because she's gonna have a child. What does that have to do, a personal situation, to what a job is?
Honestly, dude.
So why is that any reason to pay her any less when she is, A, doing the same thing he is, and B, probably pushing out so much more work than he is because he knows he's not going to get in trouble.
Yeah, we don't know the situation.
Obviously we don't know the situation.
Most likely, like, yeah, like, if they're doing the same amount of work, like, what kind of fucking sense does it make that he's getting paid, for example, like, $50,000 more a year than she is, if they're doing literally the same exact job and they got, for example, hired at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of sense does it make, right? That he's getting paid more? Like, why?
Yeah. And hitting, like, the sexual harassment thing, like,
you not have mothers, you not have sisters.
Exactly.
Bro,
like,
that's my idea to that.
Somebody put their hands on any of my sisters, on any of my female cousins, let alone any of my male cousins as well, even though most of them could defend themselves. Like, don't put your hands on them. Like,
you're gonna be putting your hands on
you are not their partner. They did not provoke you in any way, shape, or form. Like, oh, her shoulders were out. It's a shoulder.
It's not a greeting to come and touch him, honestly.
Exactly. Like,
come on, bro.
Okay, honestly. She's wearing a tank top. No, duh. It is in 100-degree weather in Los Angeles.
Bro, I'll be fucking shirtless and you better not fucking come and touch me just because I'm shirtless at fucking 105-degree weather and shit. Like, come on.
Like, no, like, they're, like,
I don't get the logic.
I'm happy that they did this, and I'm so happy that whatever.
They're actually being vocal with and they're doing, like, actual action to show they're not in support in this culture and they want change within the company, which they will get in the end. That I know in 100%. Fucking, I have my doubt that they will not change. Because they're losing fucking millions of dollars. Like, they're a fucking company first and foremost. Okay, they're gonna be like, fuck. Okay, we gotta solve this problem quickly. Fuck it, give them what they want, or say they could go literally, like, the other fucking way around. Be like, yo, fuck you guys are fired. Then we'll just find other people. They literally could probably do that too. Yeah, but man, that would look so bad on them. So fucking bad.
100%. I would.
Holy shit.
Games would stop getting played. Specifically, Diablo, Overwatch, and whatever other main
Call of Duty, bro, is on their fucking thing, bro. Call of Duty's under their roster.
That's true. Because
remember, they're part of Activision too. Even if Activision,
I know they're part of Activision. You get me, but it is mostly focused on the Blizzard side of stuff. Yeah, even though it is on all the Activision.
But that's what I'm saying. It hurts both either way.
No matter what, it's gonna hit both. But I'm saying, like, there's gonna be those people that don't know that they are one thing. They're just seeing Blizzard, because a lot of the articles are mostly stating Blizzard from what I'm seeing. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna stop playing Overwatch, but not realizing that Call of Duty, you get me? So there's gonna be those few people that don't know the difference or don't know the similarities or whatever. But I'm just anytime I just hear any sort of sexual harassment type of stuff, it just grinds my gears so much because like I can't. Like I really just want to punch people. Like,
and I just maybe because we have sisters and we like if that ever happened to them, it's just like that. We think about the consequences of what could happen if that happened to our own family or happened to our own, like, you know, own little group,
circle, yeah,
little circle, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, like, of course we're gonna be up there to fucking defend them no matter fucking what, you know, type of thing. Some people might not see it like that. You know, there's people who are genuinely selfish about situations like that. But like, oh, I mean, that's my sister. Like, she has to deal with her own shit. Or like, oh, that's my mom. She got to deal with her own stuff. You know, like that's not my problem. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't like, bro. You gotta understand, dude, on that situation. That even if they could hold their own, they're still gonna need that support. They're gonna need 100%. You beside them. Like, even if it's not like physically you supporting them, but emotionally, you know, or, you know, if you want to get into there, like spiritually and all that stuff, they want you present.
Yeah.
You want to be heard, even if it's not from their freaking, you know, their bosses. They want you to hear them out and be like, hey, like I want to talk to you about it. Like, what do you think, you know? Yeah, and then if anything, you put your 2 cents if you can on it.
Because they sometimes want somebody that's not in that main, what's the word? Like, they're not in that main situation. I mean, yes, it's your brother, it's your sister, whatever, but you weren't there. Like, you aren't part of their work. You get me? So, yes, it's definitely like a fresh set of ears to
tell about.
Yeah, to talk and figure it out with. Yeah.
And that's why these people actually came and did the lawsuit, because they wanted, I mean, it's more than 2,000 employees that literally have the same complaint, bro.
Yeah.
And literally did the lawsuit together, which is awesome. You know, like they all rallied together. They all had the same problem, had the same situation. They all had each other's back in that situation, which is fantastic, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
this shouldn't be happening. First and foremost, it really shouldn't be happening.
But it's also too, like, if you think about it, like just in the gaming industry alone, like, yes, women have it bad, and which pretty much any and all industry that is out there that's not a cleaning industry, let's say. But still, like, it's even worse in the gaming community because gaming is predominantly male. Like, yes, there's female gamers out there and everything, but I mean, how bad is it that when you watch a female Twitch gamer streamer, half of her boobs have to be out to have an audience? And even still then, the guys aren't even paying attention to the game. They're just...
And that's a different story.
No, I know. Well, no, because it even falls into this. Like... Even like, okay, now that's just front of the scenes. Now happening behind the scenes, how long were a lot of these women staying quiet? Until just recently that the final straw broke the camel's back, and now it's all coming out. Like,
yeah.
And it's all happening pretty damn quick because the walkout was literally held yesterday, the 28th. We're currently recording this of the 29th. So
yeah.
And the CEOs have already come out and talked about it already.
Yeah, they talked about it already. Yeah.
Put out a whole statement and letter and how they're responding. And I mean, it's happening quick. And I understand why. Like, we're about to reach end of the year. If they're trying to get any sort of special thing done for, like we said, as gaming holiday season, like, this is the time to make amends and get shit back up and running.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean,
hopefully there is change. Hopefully these people find peace of mind, still have
their justice, right?
Their justice. Yeah. Because, I mean, it's not cool. Like, it is 2021. This type of shit should not still be happening.
Yeah, man. It's kind of... It's upsetting, but I mean, it's getting fixed, hopefully, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, and kudos to like I kind of wish we knew what that other gaming company was, but kudos to them for showing their support and being there with the.
I know a lot of game companies like Bungie themselves like put out like we do not accept any of those like like we don't condone like sexual harassment or anything like that. Like here, everyone at Bungie, they were like going on and off about it, like how like they're not that fucking like they're not like that at all.
Yeah,
and most of the devs like liked it and agreed with them and stuff like that. Like yeah, literally, like our culture is completely different compared to what. And now seeing it, maybe that's why they split a little bit, right?
Yeah,
Activision and Bungie a little bit in that sense. They're like, they were like, fuck that type of like.
Yeah, we're not gonna start doing that bullshit around
that could have been part of why they left. But that's a different.
I mean, yeah, we don't know full details on that separation, but like what we do know from here on right now, it's like,
oh, it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
and good thing they left. Imagine.
Yeah,
they're kind of glad they left too. By the sounds of it,
we would not have any games to play right now. No, like we're not. But yeah, hopefully these people find justice and those who did these sexual harassments get their comeuppance.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Get their asses handed to them, and
by not my own, by someone else's.
Yeah, pretty much. But so like, I'm not saying like fully like. I hope they learn their lesson, do better wherever they go, or actually do make it up to these people. I don't know how severe a lot of these cases are. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
But I do hope like they learn their lesson and whatever happened, like karma gets them. Like,
oh, I mean, it already has, in my opinion. How many millions they lost in their stock prices and stuff like that, and their equity. It's kind of bad.
True.
So, yeah, they got their comeuppance. It's just how fast are they going to respond before it keeps going down?
Yeah.
That's the biggest shit, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That hurts them more than anything else. As a fucking gaming company, that is what actually hurts them in their fucking nutsack.
I'm going through some of these images. There's one sign that says the nerf male privilege.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, yeah.
Fight bad guys in game, fight bad guys IRL.
I'm not gonna lie. If people don't agree with me on this, you're probably part of the problem. We all have specific privileges when it comes to certain things, males and females alike. If you don't agree with that, that is part of your privilege because you're literally expressing it. You telling me that you don't think you have privileges.
Yeah,
and that's horseshit. Just letting you know right there and then. Because as a female, you definitely have privileges over a guy when it comes to certain things. I'm not saying everything. Do not, quote me on that. Okay. I'm not saying in everything that you guys have advantage over a male or males have everything advantage over you because it's not true. Okay. Mm-hmm. Just get that straight.
Yes.
Everyone has privileges and you just got to know how to use them sometimes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, don't abuse them.
Yeah. Because it's literally, and even if you are like, oh, but I'm like an example, like, yes, you're black, but there's still privileges between the black community from for lack of better words, like the much darker skinned people to the light skins. Like even between me and Leche, like I am a much paler light-skinned Latino than he is. Yeah. So and we both experienced different privileges from even when we're hanging out together out on the street. Like it is like everyone has different privileges, whether you admit it or not. Like
no, that's facts.
Like
well, I mean, that's all I had for today, dude. Honestly, that story I think was the biggest thing that I definitely wanted to cover because that's the one that really caught my attention this week, like really bad. And I've been wanting to talk about it for sure.
Yeah.
Other than that, do you have anything else, Tito?
No, that is it from me.
All right, dude. So
do you want to do it?
Usually do. I don't. I'll let you do it.
Okay.
Because come on, man.
I'll type it out for you one of these days.
One day I will do the outro, but not today.
Our 100th episode special. Leche does the outro.
Look forward. That should be the title, bro. That literally should be the clickbait title.
That's literally the only title. Leche finally does the outro. The outro. Forget, because something I'm doing now for like our titles is I'm plugging in like articles that we are talking about, or like the topics that we are talking about. Mm-hmm. So for that 100th episode special, forget everything else. It is literally Leche finally does an outro. Or earlier, probably be our 50th.
Probably earlier. 100th is definitely something special for sure. When we get there, when we cross that road.
Yeah. All right, then. So Leche, where can people find you?
People can find me at Instagram at Leche Minuesa, or you guys can follow me at my Twitch at TechnoFreak95.
And then you guys can follow me at OneAlphaPenguin on both Instagram and on Twitch. And then I am also youtube.com/alphapenguin, I believe. I will be trying to put my streams that I do, cut them up into videos and post them on there.
Oh yeah.
If you don't have time to catch streams. And then you guys can follow the podcast at Instagram at takeasip_pod. And then you guys could follow the YouTube at youtube.com/takeasip. As always, the logo you guys see for the podcast is also on every other social media. And at the same time, I mean, if I don't know how you guys listen to this, if it is on YouTube or Apple, we are also on Spotify, I believe Google Play, Amazon Play. So, I mean, look it up if one of those makes it easier for you guys. You guys could also go to anchor.fm and look up the podcast through there. And that should have more specific links to where you guys can find us.
Yep.
Find the podcast episodes, if anything, if you guys want to take a look at what's available. And yeah, I mean, as always, like, share, subscribe, share with a friend. We want to grow this community with everybody. Have people listen to us, probably bring new friends on that we could probably interview or play games with. Like it'd be fun. I mean, we haven't had a guest since your brother when we did the whole Marvel thing.
We'll talk about it because I do have some people who might be interested in doing it for sure. So definitely, keep an eye out for the next podcasts. We'll probably have someone join us.
And as we grow, I kind of want to do a little bit of merch. I feel like I have a couple of ideas I want to run by you, Techno. See what kind of drunk and/or sips type of merch we could do for here.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm down. Yeah.
And as always, drink some water, go for a walk, breathing the fresh air, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
See you guys.